Hey everyone, Sean Savin Moo. Very important video with the science behind Dustin Johnson's forgetting bad shots. Why is that so good? For many of you, it's literally impossible to do. But once you understand the science behind it, you'll be able to forget it very easily because then you'll realize you got no choice. Stay tuned, this one's really important. We're actually going to start with Moo this time, all right? Moo. Moo's got his driver. He's warmed up. He has a few shots in him. And we're just going to do like we did in our last video where we're feeling like full backswing, full finish, but we're hitting at 175 yards,
correct,
right? Which is our cruising speed, if you will. And then we'll show you how to observe and analyze your shots, all right? Starts off with a flight plan. Moo's flight plan is he's gonna hit a draw. It's gonna start to the left edge of this intermediate point, start right about there and draw back to the center of the fairway.
That's right.
And you're gonna be delivering a nice release in that direction,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So you got your feel that you're delivering in that direction.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna just stay with that and let's see what happens, all right? And you'll understand that you can't control this.
Yeah.
You can control the intent. I want to hit that shot. You can stay with your shot. That's the best option you have. But you can't ever make sure of executing the shot. So you got to freewheel it. All right, Moo, let's see it. Ooh. That was nutted.
Yeah.
Just a little still open in the face there.
Yeah, I didn't release.
But
Hold on to it a little bit.
that's all right. Now, question number one.
Yeah.
So notice that a lot of you go, "Ah, man, I just hit that out of bounds left or in the bush to the left. What did I do wrong?" Well, the first thing we need to confirm is, did you stay with your shot?
Yes, I was with my shot.
Perfect. Let's do another one.
Okay.
And you're thinking, well, wait a second. Why am I not trying to correct that? So I want to see a pattern first if I'm going to correct it. Ooh, close again. So notice
Yeah.
that's a very similar shot that you hit there.
Yes.
You stayed with it.
Yeah, stay with it.
So since you stayed with it,
Yeah.
and you just hit two shots that started left and just stayed there,
Yeah.
then you can make a small correction with your grip club relationship, right?
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Good. So you just close it a bit more,
Yeah. Let's see.
and let's see what happens.
Okay.
And looky here. It's coming back, Moo.
There we go.
All right. So cruising speed, right? Now let's look at that for a second. And this is what's fun with the GC Quad. We can really see where you hit it. So your path was amazing.
Right.
So all three of them started in the direction that you wanted.
Correct.
This one was 0.1 degree face closed.
Right.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
3.7 up. Look at that spin. That's beautiful. And you can see the other couple of shots that you hit were a little bit in the heel.
Yeah.
And you notice how you're evolving back toward the center of the face.
Yeah.
And we got this lovely little draw.
Yeah.
Now, what's really important about that is this study that they did, all right? So what's really important about what we just did, and the reason why I'm not trying to correct Moo in any way, shape, or form, because his swing is now in a place where it's evolving on its own in the right direction. So once we have that moving in the right direction, the fastest way to derail would be, why did I hit it left? I got to fix that. you don't fix it until you see a pattern. You stay with your shot, and then you see a pattern, and then we made a small adjustment.
Yeah.
And look at, I mean, that last drive there,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very enviable drive for me. I can't get 340. 320 is my best.
All right.
So, and that's cruising speed for you, 122 miles an hour. So we don't want to touch that. Now, there was a study that they did on how we learn motor skills. What they did is they used a PET scan and they to see what parts of the brain were lighting up when the patients were doing a specific task. The task that they were only able to use is a 1-foot putt.
Yeah.
So they did a 1-foot putt over and over again, and obviously they never missed. It's a tap in. They did a pro and an amateur, and then they looked at the brain scans to see what parts of the brain were lighting up when they were performing this task.
Yeah.
And they noticed that the same parts of the brain were lighting up in both individuals. The pro was maybe a little bit more organized. But what really hit them and hit me in a big way is every brain scan one from the next never repeated.
Right.
So to an old school guy who used to be, you know, got to be in the right position, the right position's going to give me the right target. Many of you are still thinking that way, right? You're thinking, if I'm in the right position, I'm going to hit an amazing shot. It's the other way around. You want to react to your picture, because the reason why every brain scan is slightly different is every time you hit the putt, there's a feedback loop that comes to the brain. And the brain says, hey, you know what? I felt that a little bit off the toe or a little bit off the heel, and it kind of didn't go exactly in the same spot on the hole. And the brain is using that information to make the next putt more efficient. So the brain is constantly seeking the path of least resistance. It's its evolutionary gift to you.
That's right.
You need to be adaptable every moment, every day, or else you don't stay here for very long, okay? So we have this incredible self-preserving ability to stick around and prosper very nicely. And we want to use that to our advantage. But if you're going to miss the shot and go, oh my gosh, why did I hit that thin? Notice it was just a little off center. Maybe I need to put the elbow in a different spot, or maybe I was swaying, or let's overanalyze and put a big knee-jerk reaction into that video analysis and go, oh my gosh, I got to fix that problem.
Yeah.
Instead of realizing that you stayed with your task, and now your brain is going to organize your body positions for you and keep you going in the right direction.
Correct.
Like, when was the last time we actually had to correct your swing, Moo?
Last summer.
Last summer,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Last summer, we just showed him, hey, where do you want the ball to go? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
All right, good swing. Because then the swing is going toward the ball, and when the swing is going towards the ball, that's where you get over the top. You get early extension, and you get the big can of worms that we talk about in videos every week and every month in Golf Digest. And the commentators on tour are still saying the same stuff. Oh, he did this wrong with his hips, and he pulled out of it, and he did this wrong. Or look at how beautiful this body part is moving in his swing. And it's really distracting us from the true nature and the true task that's before us. We need a flight plan. We need to know how to deliver into that flight plan. We need to know how to stay with our shot and all the way to the end, and then we need to know how to observe.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Sav, you want to come hit hybrid?
Sure.
Let's do the same thing with Sav. So, which hybrid do you have?
3.
3 hybrids. So Moo at 215.
Okay.
That's your average carry right now. Fantastic. So you're getting ready to hit that draw.
Yep.
You're going left of that intermediate point.
Yep.
Let's see you deliver one with ease. Lovely. Started a little left, overdrawing just a smidge. And look at that.
Not bad.
Really a nice carry. So that's one shot.
Yep.
So if we were to say, oh, there was a little too much draw in there, 875 right spin. And you're thinking, wow, that's a little bit too much. What's the problem? Maybe my grip's too strong. It could be 1,001 different things. Now, when you retake your grip and you retake your stance, are your fingers going to go back exactly in the same dimples?
No.
Your spike marks?
Nope.
No. The next shot that she hits with a hybrid could be a little ball below feet, ball above, could be uphill, downhill, could be a lot of different things. There's no way that shot you just hit is a one of a kind, right?
Yeah.
You'll never see that again.
Yeah.
So what would be the purpose of me trying to correct that?
Nothing.
Zero goose egg. There's no purpose to that. So I'm going to let you hit another one.
Yeah.
So let's see you deliver into the same direction, and let's see what happens. So Sav, just deliver it again in the same direction, and look at that.
On the dot.
And now you're, wow, that was a good carry.
217.
So 217 carry. And let's look at the side spin now. Oh, 673. And you started it a little bit more to the left, 5 degrees left.
That's all I thought of is, okay, it drew a little bit too much. Let me just start it more left.
Well, you
That's
could
it.
do that, yeah. But even then, that would have been a
Yeah.
waste of time.
Yeah.
Right? So there's nothing to correct. Notice that shot was, already different from the previous shot. And once you see like move, we see a pattern and you're overdrawing consistently, then you just back off a quarter knuckle on the grip or you open the face just a smidge.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to do.
Yeah, you need to let your body learn how to adapt
Please.
on its own.
On its own. And that
Yeah.
you have very intimate wisdom about that. You
Yeah.
understand what that's all about. Look at the quality of those two swings. She didn't have to do anything. She didn't have to think about how to correct. Could you imagine the tailspin so many of you are going into? They go, oh my God, I can't believe I hit that bad shot. I got to be careful, got to watch out. Well, A, what was your intent? I forgot. Good shot then.
Well,
It's all good, right?
Yeah, it's because like you've given me all the tools that I need. And at this point in my game, even if I'm off a little bit, I know how to get myself right back in it because I'm just focusing on where I got to go.
Exactly.
What shots I have to hit. And then I can, throughout like a 10-minute span, I can figure it out on my own. My body figures it out on its own.
Within and that's being generous, 10 minutes, like
Yeah.
a couple of minutes, right? And that's why, Dustin Johnson, when he hits a bad shot, he knows it's coming back. You'll have that, it's don't worry about it.
It's not like this whole panic.
Exactly. He's not in a panic. And that's really important to be able to just forget that. And he does that instinctively. I'm sure he hasn't heard about the science that you're hearing right now. But this is something that really liberated me over a decade ago when I read that. And it's just this immense weight lifted off my shoulders and lifted off our students' shoulders, namely Moo, Sav, and everyone else at Wisdom in Golf. And it's just so liberating to just understanding what you just need to come back to.
Yeah.
And it's just focus. So A, were you staying with your shot? No? Okay, there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
A. B, did you stay with your shot consistently? Yes. Is the pattern what you like? Yes. Good. Keep going.
Yeah.
If it's a pattern that you don't like, then you can make a little tweak. Okay? And if you run into trouble, well, you got a video analysis that you can do with me. You can do a one-on-one lesson on Skype or FaceTime. Join our premium channel in our Double Eagle program. Man, the Double Eagle program is doing so well. I can only have a certain few students at a time, and we see each other twice a week. We send text messages back to each other, and the progress has just been amazing. Somebody has a bad session on the range. I can't find anything right now, and then text them back. Well, what are you focusing on? Oh, damn, I forgot.
And if you're not part of the Double Eagle, you can always go to Retrieve.
Yes, go to Retrieve and check out the videos that we have there, and you can direct message us through that as well. All right? So, hope you enjoyed that. You don't need to see me hitting these shots. These guys just did a phenomenal job. I was just a good coach in this session. So enjoy your next practice session. We'll see you soon. All the best.